Welcome to our monthly District 99 Facebook Live event. Some updates for you this month as always. Today we're going to talk about some of the safety and security training and the Blue Point update. If you're not familiar with that, I'll explain that in a second. Some information about our master facility plan, that ongoing project. School report card came out this month, so a little bit of information about where you can find that and what's there. Upcoming soon is an evening session on what it means to be a school board member, in case you're thinking of running next spring to be on the school board. Then we'll have a short Q&A, and then after that, just a thanks for attending, and then the next time we're back is in December. So going into the information for this month, we conducted an active shooter training this week at both schools. Information went out to all family members, students, staff about this. Over the last 6 months, we've been preparing to deploy a system called Blue Point. And this is very similar to a fire alarm pole, except it's for active shooters. And unfortunately, this is a tool that we feel we need in our schools today. And it's about getting the police here as fast as possible during one of those dangerous situations. So we have throughout our schools, next to our fire alarms now, we have these police alarms. Also, our security staff have fobs that look like key fobs for starting a car. They can be pressed to alert the police of a dangerous situation as well. A couple of things happen simultaneously when one of those is deployed. PA announcement starts immediately as a broadcast to inform everybody to lock down and to move into those procedures. The police are notified through their dispatch that send everybody, we're in trouble. And finally, we also have strobe lights that go off in large areas and around the exterior of the building to inform people that we're in a lockdown situation. We went through training sessions with our students to talk about these situations, how they should respond, and of course they were very attentive. And then after that we had small group discussions back in classrooms with their teachers about these types of situations and how to respond and how they would in that classroom. And then after that, we're going through each class that a student is in this week. They're talking about how they would respond in that specific classroom to this kind of a situation. And then the next day, so on November 14th, that system went live and it's active now. And hopefully we've invested a whole lot of time in a system that we'll never use. This is building on top of some other things that have gone in place over the last year. We've put security film on doors to make sure that people can't see in from the outside and encourage people to open doors for them. We have security officers in the building that are heading up our security team. And then over the past couple of years, we've put in a system called Anonymous Alerts that allows people to report on all kinds of issues, ranging from concerns about teachers to unsafe conditions at school, to vandalism, to suicide, to all kinds of topics where students can always have reached out via email or stop by and see somebody or call us, but this provides another way if they want to stay anonymous to reach out to us about an issue as well. And we're seeing students really take advantage of all of those tools to reach out and get help when they need it. Other things going on, our master facility plan. We continue to work in our small design teams on areas around the building. We have our prototype classrooms in place and we're gathering feedback from students about furniture, wall coverings, lighting, everything that changes in those classrooms so that we're sure about the things that we invest in the future, that they meet our students and our staff's expectation. We're starting to look at how the exterior of the buildings are going to actually change. Obviously, south is a bigger change than north, with the whole front of the building changing as a result of this. And the next step is we're submitting to the Village of Downers Grove for planning and zoning, and that process begins and takes a couple of months to get all of that worked through so we can start the construction going forward. As a reminder, construction starts next summer. We did the air conditioning last summer, but the actual physical construction and changes in the building start next summer and will take 3 years to complete. I'd encourage you to go to our website, csd99.org/MFP, and there's all kinds of updates and background information there on the project. When you get there, I will also ask you, click on the link to sign up for Facility Friday. Every week we issue an update on what's happened around the district around facility planning and construction. Right now it's a lot about planning, but you can imagine as we move into the summer, there's going to be a lot of information coming out on the actual construction that's underway. So to keep up to date about everything that's happening with those, please subscribe to that. Also, as I mentioned this month, the Illinois School Report Card came out, and it's a brand new format this year with far more data points than used to be there in the past, and it's also interactive. So you can click on pieces of data that you're interested in and see what's there. There's stuff well beyond test scores. As a result of the Every Student Succeeds Act, accountability has changed across the United States and especially in Illinois. So we're taking a closer look and being rated on things like graduation rates and freshmen on track and attendance and those kinds of things. And you can see all of that data in there. I'd encourage you to go there and look for it. You can get there from this link. But the fastest way to get there is to just go to csd99.org, and at the top banner, you'll see a menu that says Academics, a menu option. In that drop down is a link for report cards. When you get there, you'll see the list of the District 1 and each individual school one. And from there, you'll be able to jump out to the Illinois School Report Card website and actually see what's going on there and give that a try and see what kind of data is there. Coming up at the end of this month is a session on what it means to be a board member. This is where, if you're considering and running to be on the board, I'll walk you through what exactly it's like to be a board member and how to get information on that. And how to be successful at being a board member. You can see it happens Tuesday, November 27th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. here at the district office. And I'll walk you through exactly the kind of workload, the information you'll get. And I was a board member myself, so I can provide a little bit of personal insight as to how that goes, and we'll give you information on all the materials you need to submit to be on the ballot. So finally, at this point, we usually open it up to see if there's any questions out there, and Jill will take a look and give me a couple here if there are any.
We've heard from a person we've heard from via email with some concerns about the reporting of how students report problems with teachers. And can you talk about that with anonymous alerts and how that works?
Yeah, so there's a web form on each of the websites and a little link at the top. Students can also put an app on their phone that allow them to report. And then they can go in and submit this, if it was sexual harassment or something related to that. That's one of the many things that we've taught our students to reach out to us about. So they could go in there and even anonymously report an incident. We take all of those things very seriously, and we have a track record here of following up on those things with our staff members when they're reported to us.
The commenters are talking about things that are pending litigation, and maybe you could talk about the ways that we train staff and what we're doing today to ensure that students are safe.
Sure. As a result of one of those incidents that's out there last year, we've put it out clearly in the public of what's going on, and we're facing some litigation around that. And unfortunately, those are things that we're unable to really comment on publicly as that's working its way through the courts. But everybody should be aware that those are out there. So what we do every year is our staff have to go through a variety of different trainings as mandated by state law. One of those is related to sexual harassment, grooming, sexual abuse. What we see more of actually is abuse between children, and we're trained on that as well. We go through a training like that that's an online module. Every staff member has to go through that. Every staff member, as they're hired, is also made aware of our practices and policies. Anybody who's employed by us or as a volunteer goes through that, gets that set of information. And then every few years, we bring in a live set of training from our attorneys who do a live face-to-face training with everybody. And we did that this year as well. So there's a whole lot of training and policies that go around this that we follow.
In specific cases we can't describe right now.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything that's a pending case, we wouldn't be able to comment on. And if there's any other questions coming in, Jill, I'm happy to take those. If not, I know a lot of folks don't watch this live. They watch this later on. So please feel free to email communications@csd99.org, and we'll take any of your questions and respond to them there. So thank you for tuning in today. Remember, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy that time. Next week is a short week, only 2 days of school that week. And then we'll be back on December 19th at noon for our monthly installment. So thank you for joining us. See you later.